Walking through the mist of our own expectations often feels like a lonely journey where the path ahead disappears into the shadows of uncertainty. Yet we are never truly walking alone. You and I frequently find ourselves gripped by the quiet tension of trying to figure everything out, as if the weight of the future rests solely on our fragile shoulders. But such a burden was never meant for us to carry. We pace the small rooms of our minds, retracing our plans and worrying over the details. Yet even in those moments of deepest doubt, a gentle presence remains closer than our own breath. The beauty of walking with the Creator lies in the realization that even when we feel lost in the dark or stranded in a place we never intended to be, the truth of the psalmist remains our anchor, because even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. This promise transforms our fear into a quiet wonder, reminding us that no valley is too deep and no wilderness is too vast for His reach to find us. We are being held by a love that does not let go, guided by a wisdom that sees the end from the beginning. And as we lean into this reality, the frantic need to control our lives begins to melt away. In the quiet chapters of Proverbs 16:9, we are given a profound lens through which to view our daily strivings, as the scripture softly explains that in their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. This sacred wisdom does not dismiss our dreams or our efforts, but rather invites us into a divine partnership, where our small plans are swallowed up by His grander, perfect design. When we grasp that our Father is the one establishing each step, the pressure to be perfect vanishes and is replaced by a sense of holy curiosity about where He will lead us next. My King, I come to you now with a heart that is finally ready to stop resisting and start receiving the grace you have so freely poured out for this day. I acknowledge that while I have many thoughts about how things should go, your perspective is the only one that truly matters. And I find such deep rest in knowing that my life is not a series of accidents, but a carefully ordered masterpiece. My dear Lord, I lift up my soul to you in this moment of stillness, offering you the very first fruits of my thoughts and the entirety of my devotion. I surrender the blueprint I have drawn for my life, the lists I have made, and the timelines I have set for myself, placing them all at your feet with a humble and trusting spirit. Father, I ask that you take these plans and refine them according to your will, closing doors that would lead me away from your peace and opening the ones that bring me closer to your heart. I give you this day, not just the highlights and the successes, but also the mundane tasks, the difficult conversations, and the quiet spaces in between. Jesus, please inhabit my every thought, helping me to see my circumstances through your eyes of compassion rather than my eyes of worry. I choose to believe that you are already standing in my future, preparing the way, smoothing the rough edges of the path, and arranging every encounter for my growth and your glory. Father in heaven, I ask for a special measure of your peace to guard my mind, specifically for those moments when my heart begins to race with the familiar pulse of anxiety. When the world demands more than I feel I have to give, please remind me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness, and that I do not have to perform to be loved by you. I pray for a spirit of discernment and wisdom in my workplace and my daily responsibilities, that I would move with a gentle confidence, knowing that you are my ultimate provider, my King. Please bless my home and my family, keeping us safe under the shadow of your wings and allowing our house to be a sanctuary of kindness and rest. I pray for my children and the generations to come, that they would grow to know the sound of your voice and the steady rhythm of your guidance in their own lives. If there are areas in my body or my spirit that need your touch, I ask for your healing virtue to flow through me, restoring what is broken and strengthening what is weary. I trust you with the people I love and the burdens I carry for them, knowing that your care for them is infinitely greater than my own. Lord, please grant me the grace to be patient with myself and with others, reflecting the same mercy that you so generously extend to me every single hour. I pray for the courage to follow you, even when the path looks different than I expected, believing that your detours are often your greatest deliverances. As I move through the hours ahead, let me be sensitive to the nudges of your Spirit, whether it is a call to speak a word of encouragement or a call to wait in silence. I am so grateful that I not have to be the architect of my own destiny, for I have a Father who is the master builder and a shepherd who knows exactly where the still waters lie. My heart overflows with gratitude for your constant companionship, for the way you never grow tired of my questions or weary of my needs. Thank you, Jesus, for being the light that no darkness can overcome, and the friend who sticks closer than a brother. I place my hand in yours, ready to walk wherever you lead, confident that every step I take today is being ordered by your hand and established by your love. I breathe in your grace, and I breathe out my fears, making room for the joy that comes from simply belonging to you. I pray that my life would be a living testimony of your faithfulness, showing those around me that there is a peace that surpasses all understanding for those who put their trust in you. My dear Lord, I am yours, and I am safe in the palm of your hand as we begin this journey together. Time. Pause. Stepping further into this sacred space of communion, we realize that trusting you with our steps also means trusting you to clear the vision of our hearts, for even a guided foot needs a bit of light to see the stone it is stepping upon. You and I often share a common struggle where our minds feel like they are clouded by a thick, persistent fog, making it nearly impossible to see the beauty of the life you have placed right in front of us. We spend so much energy trying to peer through the mist of next week, next month, or even next year. And in that straining, our souls become weary and our breathing becomes shallow with the weight of what if. But I have found that the relief we seek isn't found in a sudden clearing of the entire horizon, but in the gentle, steady glow of a single lamp that illuminates just enough for the present moment. This is the quiet rhythm of grace that allows us to exhale and stop the frantic searching for a map that covers every mile of the journey. When we stop trying to be our own sun and instead accept the small, beautiful light you offer, the anxiety that once gripped us begins to loosen its hold, and we find we can finally move forward with a sense of peace. In the timeless and comforting poetry of Psalm 119, verse 105, we are reminded of this very truth, with the promise that your word is a lamp for my feet and a light on my path. These words do not suggest that we will always be walking in the blinding brightness of high noon, but rather that you provide a personal, intimate light that travels with us wherever we go. A lamp for the feet is not a floodlight that reveals every distant hill. It is a companion for the traveler, casting its warm glow on the immediate obstacles and the very next patch of ground. This encourages our hearts to stay close to you, for the further we wander from the source of that light, the darker the world around us seems to become. We are invited to walk in a way that requires us to keep our eyes fixed on the small circle of light you provide, trusting that as we move, the light will move with us, never failing and never flickering out. Jesus, my King and my dear Lord, I come to you now with a heart that has often tried to ignite its own fires to see the way ahead, only to find that my own efforts leave me tired and burnt out. I admit to you, Father, that I have spent many hours worrying about things that haven't even happened yet, acting as though the light of your word wasn't enough to sustain me. I am so sorry for the times I have let the shadows of the unknown loom larger in my mind than the reality of your presence. I have let my heart be troubled by the noise of the world and the whispers of my own insecurities, forgetting that you have already spoken words of life and truth over my identity. Please forgive me for leaning on my own limited understanding and for treating your guidance as a backup plan, rather than my primary source of life. I want to return to that place of simple, quiet trust where your voice is the only one that truly defines my direction. My heart is filled with a deep and humble gratitude this morning, because you do not wait for the fog to clear before you offer me your hand. Thank you, Father in heaven, for being so patient with my slow-learning heart, and for never growing frustrated when I ask for the same reassurance over and over again. I am so thankful that your word is not a complicated riddle I have to solve, but a lamp that I can simply carry with me into every situation. Thank you for the ways you have already lit my path in the past, for the doors you opened when I couldn't see a way through, and for the times you held me still when I was about to rush into a pit. My soul finds such comfort in knowing that the same light that guided the saints of old is the same light that is resting on my doorstep today. I praise you for the consistency of your character and for the warmth of your love that melts away the frost of my anxieties. Father, as I lift my eyes to you, I ask that you would sensitize my spirit to the specific light you are casting for me today. My King, when the pressure of my responsibilities starts to feel like a heavy weight in my chest, please let the light of your peace settle there instead. I pray that you would give me a heart that is content with just enough light for the next step, rather than a heart that demands to see the whole staircase. Help me to find joy in the small details of my life, seeing the fingerprints of your grace in the quiet conversations, the work of my hands, and the people who cross my path. If there are decisions I need to make today that feel overwhelming, I ask that your word would speak clearly into my confusion, acting as that lamp that keeps me from stumbling over my own doubts. My dear Lord, I bring my family and my loved ones into this circle of light as well, asking that you would shine your truth into their hearts and dissipate any shadows of fear they might be carrying. I ask for a renewed focus on your promises, that my mind would be so saturated with your truth that there is no room left for the lies of the enemy. Please help me to be a reflection of your light to those I meet today, so that they might see a peace in me that can only come from knowing you. I surrender the need to know the why and the how of my circumstances, and I choose instead to focus on the who, the one who is the light of the world and the shepherd of my soul. Let my heart be a sanctuary where your word dwells richly, providing me with the strength to be kind, the courage to be honest, and the wisdom to be still when I am tempted to run. Jesus, I place my trust in the fact that even when I cannot see the path at all, you are still the light that is never extinguished. I am so grateful that my safety does not depend on my ability to see clearly, but on your ability to lead perfectly. I ask for the grace to walk softly today, listening for your whispers and following the glow of your grace wherever it may lead. I choose to let go of the frantic need to solve every problem before breakfast and instead choose to walk one humble, light-filled step at a time. My heart is at rest because I am no longer trying to light the way myself. I am simply following the one who is the way, the truth, and the life. And in that following, I have everything I truly need. My King, please quiet the lingering echoes of yesterday's failures and tomorrow's worries, letting the stillness of this moment be enough for me. I ask that you would strengthen my resolve to stay on the path you have set, even if it feels narrower or more difficult than I expected. I am confident that the light you provide will always be sufficient for the terrain I am crossing, and I will not be afraid of the dark for afraid. The darkness is as light to you. Thank you for being my refuge and my strength, my lamp, and my leader through every minute of this day. I breathe in the reality of your presence, and I set my face toward the path, knowing that your light will be there to meet my foot every time I take a step. I find myself thinking about how often I have mistaken the silence of the morning for your absence, when in truth, the silence is often the very place where your light is most visible. It is in the quiet that the small flame of the lamp can be seen clearly, without the flickering of the world's distractions. My dear Lord, help me to cherish these quiet moments of prayer as the time when I trim the wick of my faith and replenish the oil of my spirit. I want my life to be a steady flame, not a sudden flash that quickly fades away. I ask for the endurance to keep walking when the path feels long and the scenery doesn't seem to change, trusting that the light is still doing its work, even when I feel like I am just standing still. Father, please touch the areas of my life where I have felt most lost, those secret places of my heart where I have hidden my deepest disappointments and my most stubborn fears. Let the light of your word penetrate those corners, bringing comfort where there has been pain and clarity where there has been confusion. I pray that your light would expose the roots of my anxiety so that I can hand them over to you for healing, rather than just trying to manage the symptoms. I desire to be whole in your presence, walking with a lightness of spirit that comes from knowing I have nothing to hide and nothing to prove. My King, let your grace be the air I breathe and your truth be the ground I stand on, today and every day. I am reminded as I speak with you that following you is not just a destination, but a continuous act of turning my face toward the light. It is a choice I make with every breath to look at you instead of the waves, to listen to your word instead of the storm. Thank you for the gift of this day, a fresh opportunity to see your light at work in my life. I am ready to step out from this place of prayer and into the world, not because I am strong in myself, but because I am walking in the light of the King of Kings. Every task I perform and every person I serve is an opportunity to let your lamp shine through me. I commit my way to you once again, believing with all my heart that you are ordering my steps and lighting my path with an unfailing and perfect love. Jesus, as I prepare to close this part of my prayer, I do so with a heart that feels lighter and a mind that feels more focused on your goodness. I am no longer looking at the day as a series of obstacles to be overcome, but as a path that you have already walked before me. I am grateful for the peace that is settling into my bones and the quiet confidence that is rising up in my soul. I will keep the lamp of your word close to my heart throughout the hours ahead, reaching for it whenever the shadows try to creep back in. You are my light and my salvation, and in you I have no reason to be afraid. I am ready to walk, Father, and I am so thankful that I am walking with you. My dear Lord, as I move into the rest of my morning, I carry the warmth of this conversation with me like a cloak. I ask that the transition from this quiet room to the busy world would be seamless, with your presence remaining the constant backdrop of everything I do. Let the rhythm of my heart stay aligned with the rhythm of your grace, so that I don't lose the peace I have found here. I pray for a spirit of mindfulness, that I would notice the moments when you are shining the light on a specific word I should say, or a specific action I should take. I don't want to miss a single thing you have for me today. Thank you for the privilege of being your child, and for the honor of being led by your hand. Father in heaven, I ask that you would also be the light for those who are currently sitting in deep darkness, those who feel they have no lamp and no path at all. Please use me, if it is your will, to carry a bit of your light to them, whether through a kind gesture or a word of hope. I want my life to be an extension of the lamp you have given me, helping to light the way for others who are struggling to find their footing. I am so blessed to be part of your kingdom, where the light always wins and the darkness can never hide. I give you all the praise, all the honor, and all my love as I take the very next step in your name. Gathering our hearts together in this shared moment of vulnerability, we find that the strength of our prayer grows when we look beyond our own needs to the needs of those walking beside us. You and I are not merely strangers listening to a recording. We are a community of souls bound, together by a common hunger for the peace that only the Father can provide. When we lift our voices in unison, even in the silence of our own rooms, we create a beautiful tapestry of faith that covers the gaps in our individual strength. I feel a deep sense of connection to you, my friend, knowing that the same God who is listening to the whispers of my heart is also leaning in to hear yours with the same infinite love and attention. We are companions on this road of faith, and there is such a holy comfort in knowing that we are not carrying our burdens in isolation. This part of our conversation with God is where we open the windows of our souls to let in the concerns of others, allowing our love to expand until it touches the lives of people we may never even meet. My King, I come before you now with a heart that is stretched wide, wanting to bring every person I know into the warmth of your embrace. I pray for the one who is listening right now, whose hands are trembling with a secret anxiety they haven't shared with anyone yet. Father, please reach into the depths of their spirit and speak a word of profound calm that settles their nerves and restores their hope. I lift up those who are feeling abandoned or overlooked, those who feel like their prayers are hitting a ceiling of brass and falling back to earth unanswered. My dear Lord, please remind them that you are the God who sees, the one who counts every tear and knows every sigh before it even leaves their lips. I pray for the brokenhearted, for those who have lost a loved one or a dream, and who find the morning light to be a painful reminder of what is missing. Jesus, please be their comforter, sitting with them in the ash heap of their grief and gently breathing life back into their tired souls. Father in heaven, my heart goes out to the sick and the suffering, to those lying in hospital beds or sitting in quiet rooms, waiting for a healing that feels so far away. I ask for your restorative power to touch their bodies, but even more, I ask for your presence to fill their spirits so completely that they feel no fear in the face of pain. I pray for the families who are struggling with division, for the parents who are worried about their children, and for the children who are trying to find their way in a confusing world. Please be the glue that holds our homes together, the source of a patience that never runs dry, and a forgiveness that is always ready to be extended. My King, I lift up the leaders of the world and those in positions of influence, asking that you would turn their hearts toward justice and mercy, so that the vulnerable among us might find protection and rest. We bring before you the poor, the hungry, and the displaced, asking that you would be their provider and that you would use our hands to be the answer to their prayers. In the quiet words of Hebrews 13:5, we find a promise that acts as a bedrock for our souls, where you remind us so gently, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." This assurance is the anchor we cling to when the waves of life threaten to pull us under, a reminder that your commitment to us is not based on our performance, but on your unfailing character. I choose to stand on this truth today, declaring with quiet confidence that I am never alone, no matter how isolated I may feel. The writer of Psalm 138:8 gives us even more reason to breathe deeply and let go of our striving, noting with such confidence that the Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. This means I do not have to exhaust myself trying to force my destiny into existence. I can simply be faithful in the small things while trusting you to manage the grand design of my life. My dear Lord, I am so grateful that your purposes are always good and that your timing is always perfect, even when it feels slow to my human heart. We find the courage to keep going when we remember the instruction in Romans 12:12 to be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. This is the posture I want to maintain throughout this day. A heart that is expectant of your goodness, a spirit that is steady under pressure, and a soul that remains in constant dialogue with its Maker. Jesus, I confess that my faith is sometimes small, like a tiny seed in a vast field. But I thank you that you are the gardener who knows how to make that seed grow into something beautiful and strong. I place my total trust in you, not because I have all the answers, but because I know the one who is the answer. My King, as I prepare to step out into the world and begin the tasks that await me, I ask that you would stay so close to me that I can hear the rhythm of your heart. I don't want to go anywhere without you, and I don't want to make a single decision that isn't colored by your wisdom. Please be the filter for my ears, so that I only hear the truth, and the guard for my mouth, so that I only speak words that build up and encourage. If I encounter someone today who is losing their way, please let your light shine through me with such clarity that they are drawn back to you. I give you my hands to do your work, my feet to walk your paths, and my heart to love your people with a selfless and sacrificial love. Father, I surrender the need to be seen or recognized, finding my greatest satisfaction in simply being known by you. I ask that you would keep me humble and teachable, always ready to learn a new lesson or receive a gentle correction from your Spirit. I pray that my life would be a quiet song of praise to your name, a testimony of what happens when a broken person is mended by an extraordinary God. As the day unfolds and the noise of life increases, please help me to maintain this inner sanctuary of peace that we have built here together. Let the memory of this moment be a refreshing spring I can return to whenever I feel weary or discouraged. I am so thankful that I don't have to wait until tomorrow morning to talk to you again, for you are an ever-present help and a friend who never sleeps. Jesus, I pray for a spirit of gratitude to permeate every hour of this day, helping me to notice the thousands of small miracles that I so often take for granted. Thank you for the gift of breath, the beauty of the creation, and the privilege of being alive at such a time as this. I place my future, my dreams, and my very life into your capable hands, knowing that there is no safer place in all the universe. I am ready to follow you wherever you may lead, whether it is through green pastures or through the darkest valley. My heart is at rest because my shepherd is good, and I know that goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. I am stepping out now with a smile on my face and a song in my spirit, confident that you are ordering my every step. My dear Lord, thank you for this time of deep and honest communion. It has been like a cool drink of water for my thirsty soul, and I feel renewed and ready for whatever lies ahead. I ask that you would continue to speak to me throughout the day, through the scriptures, through the beauty of the world, and through the quiet whispers of your spirit in my heart. I am your child, and I am so honored to belong to you. Let your kingdom come, and your will be done in my life today, just as it is in heaven. I offer this prayer with a humble heart and a trusting spirit, believing that you have heard me and that you are already at work in ways I cannot see. Father, as I move away from this quiet space, I carry the peace of your presence with me. I pray that this peace would be contagious, affecting everyone I meet and bringing a sense of calm to every environment I enter. Help me to be a peacemaker, a light bearer, and a servant of all, reflecting the character of Jesus in everything I do. I am excited to see what you have in store for me today, and I am so grateful that I don't have to face it alone. Thank you for being my Father, my King, and my everything. I love you, Lord, and I give you all the glory and honor. Amen.